Today we're going to talk about how to set up our Old Testament survey template. To begin, we want to go to our Google Docs. And make sure we're logged in. Next, you want to make sure you're in Old Testament survey, and you're going to click on the Old Testament survey template. So here is part of our template. The key parts for you to see is we have the title, file, edit, view, help. This is simply a template. This is something for all students to access. If you were to save it here, it would ruin the template for the next person to use it. So instead, what you're going to do is you're going to go File and make a copy. Then here I suggest you title it Your Name Survey of the Old Testament. Survey of the Old Testament. You could put copy. I'm going to put Mrs. Brown. Survey of the Old Testament. So you should see it saying loading. You can see the ing from my screen. I didn't capture my entire screen. And now it pops up Mrs. Brown's Survey of the Old Testament. At this point, when it's done loading, oh, now it's telling me google.com is not responding. Here we go. Now it is. We can now work on this project as though it is ours. So now we can go into File, and you could rename. Actually, I don't even think you need to rename it. You can do anything to it at this point. You can edit it. You can paste in it. So, for example, one of the first changes you might want to make is change it to by Mrs. Brown. Now here, you'll look through the table of contents. This is excellent. You can go into these different books and you can click on them and make changes here. Here are hyperlinks. You should be able to, or in the edit mode. Oh, when you're in the presentation mode of your slideshow, let me show you what this does. In presentation mode, you may have learned this. Just a quick refresher. When you're in the presentation mode, you can click on anything blue and it acts as a hyperlink and it takes you to the appropriate slide. So when you go to make this project, you're going to summarize the major events, summarize your key concepts and theme, create a timeline, so you're going to add some things here, use shapes from the toolbar to mark the timeline below, so you can insert a shape. All the instructions are included in your presentation. So I'm going to go back to my presentation, and as you go through the different, if you scroll down right here on your menu bar, you can go to each of the books that you're going to add to. And with that, I hope that makes it clear what you are to do. When you're all done, it saves it automatically for you, but you can also download it onto your computer to work on it as a Microsoft PowerPoint, etc. I suggest you just continue to work on it here, and then each week you will just upload the survey. So each week it's going to look different. You're going to have more books included in your survey. So the first week, I believe it's Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers. Maybe it also includes Deuteronomy. And then the next week you'll have more added to it. So each week when I or another teacher goes to view your presentation, we're just going to click on the hyperlinks to look at the different books that you've added and included. Good luck, and I hope that this helps you as you continue working on your Old Testament survey presentation.